A lot of people today are worried about whether online media and the web are reshaping our personalities. Bored, Lonely, Angry, Stupid is about the way that technologies, both in the past and today, have changed Americans' inner emotional lives.
We think that emotions actually change across time and that we are actually being rewired emotionally by the emergence of new American technologies since at least the age of the telegraph.
In the past, Americans heard many warnings about excessive self-regard and promotion. In a word, they were warned against vanity. But letter writing, photography, and mirrors, new technologies in the 19th century, helped Americans become accustomed to presenting themselves in words and images without fear of being considered vain.
People also expected to be alone in the past, but did not fear it. Thoreau built a cabin alongside Walden Pond and then proceeded to write some of the more canonical works of American political thought. And so he described that state of being alone not as loneliness, he described it as solitude.
Making the situation worse is that our tolerance for being alone, for solitude, has gone down.
In fact, the word boredom did not even exist until the mid-19th century.
Today, Americans believe they can multitask and have infinite mental powers. In the past, however, people died of mental overwork, believing their brains were finite.
Some people envision the mind as an attic. You could stuff so much stuff in an attic, then you would have to remove stuff before you could add more.
Modern Americans today believe that their brains, with the help of smartphones, drugs, and brain games, have great untapped capacities, exemplified in the common but untrue myth that we only use 10% of our brains. During the 20th century, spurred on by the needs of corporations, men and women learned they should not express anger in public, particularly at work.
And today, there's an outlet that didn't exist 30 or 40 years ago, and that outlet, namely, is the internet.
Some psychologists argue that we don't have enough awe in our lives, unlike earlier generations who experienced it when they came in contact with the wonders of nature, when they contemplated God. They had a sense of their own tininess in a very grand universe.
Because we're so into technology and seeing and experiencing the world through technology, we're actually awe-deprived. The technology is mediating the experience of awe.
Bored, Lonely, Angry, Stupid argues that a new American sense of self has developed, one where we're primed to believe that we can have infinite friends, unlimited entertainment, constant affirmation, expanded brain power, unfettered anger. The small sense of self can still be captured and embodied by a quick walk into the mountains. But that experience isn't the default in our day-to-day lives in an ever-growing metropolis. And even when we do venture into nature, our technology often follows us, in spite of the fact that a part of ourselves counsels us to leave it behind.